All right. Should be up and running here. Market just closed. You might have heard the closing bell just now. We'll be going over the market, going over today's plays. All right. And talk about what to expect going into the end of the week tomorrow. All right. So, first week of 2022 about to be done. Let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for January 6th, 2022. Qs basically flat on the day here. SPY down 0.11, and then IW up 0.5%. Okay. What did we expect coming into today? Narrow range day. Now, it's easy to have a narrow range day in comparison to what we had yesterday. But narrow range day, narrow body bar is what we were looking for. Basically something that just digests the move from the previous day, right? So that's what we said for yesterday. Now, what I was hoping we would get is a little bit more of a decent looking sell setup. And more likely, if we were going to get one, it would be tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. This one is okay. Okay, so, it's what we have to work with. So this is what my plan is for tomorrow, is if we take out today's high, then I'm going to be neutral. Okay, I'm just going to be neutral until we see what that looks like. If we kind of run up, hit the 20 MA, and then come right back in, then we can start to be looking to be bearish again. We can even use the 15 tomorrow morning to see when does the 15, if say this rallies up, when does the 15 resume the downtrend? Okay, so I'm starting off, we're going to go bearish tomorrow morning. All right, hourly's in a downtrend. Why I think the sell side, why I'm saying it's not that great is because it is extended. We've had a nice move. We didn't have that much of a retracement. So from here to here, right, and then, the level of retracement is a little bit on the shallow side, but it's good enough, I think. Good enough that we can use it for our pivot going into tomorrow, okay? So here it is on the Qs as well, and here it is on the SPY. Qs and SPY actually are even more shallow than the IWM that we were working off of, but I'm just going to go with it's good enough for now. We'll kind of revisit as the 20 MA catches up because we are extended, okay? And then see if that gives us a new opportunity. Again, the 15-minute, if this loses this, what we're getting today, then we'll see if we get some kind of new break or something. Like if it moves up in bases, that'll bring the 20 MA up. And then if we see that it starts to weaken again, right, maybe we'll get that next move lower. But we're going to start bearish going into tomorrow with today's high if we take that out, then we go neutral. Okay? All right, so that's the plan on the market for tomorrow. Let's go over the plays from today. AVTX played this morning just as a 1, 2, 3 here. This was an additional gap that I found after the open. I like what's happening here, breaking down on the AVTX. It was okay. It wasn't a huge play. It was a decent sized stop. I used 151 as the stop here. And because I got filled a little bit late, that kind of made the play not that great. I mean, it looks a lot nicer than it is. Right, so from when I got in, it really only dropped 15 cents. And this bar looks big, but a lot of the bar on this today was a result of the drop right at the open. Okay, so that was the first play. AVTX, and I was in it almost the whole day. It did trail off of the hourly here over this bar, over 23, and then went right back to the lows. Okay. That was the first play. I was in it all day. Same with the BLI. BLI was in all day as well. This was one of my favorite gaps, the BLI. I think it was my favorite gap. It's just the one problem was too big. But it is gapping down, all-time lows. So, no support in the way. I want to be in it till end of day. And I think we did a good job with it. So far this week, I'm pretty happy with management. Of course, there's always room for improvement. I'm not capturing 100% of the move. But I think, every time that I feel like I've been faced with a difficult situation, I've been pretty good about trying to stick with my trade management. Okay. So, yeah, on this BLI, I'll show you what the entry was. It was this base right here. So that was about as tight as a stop I could get on this, and because it was a top gap for me, I wanted to get as tight as a stop as I could. So I played it under the whole number, under 11 by 1138. Okay, so it was like I think I got 1099 or 85, 985. So it was about a 40-cent stop. Gave us about 3 R's was the max on this. We took some here on the retest. We took some more when it made new lows, and then we took the last a quarter, the runner, right here on that nice break. What helped keep me in this is the hourly bar by bar. Okay, hourly bar by bar this week has been superb. Now, I showed you one example here where it kind of got me tagged out a little bit early, but for the most part, kept me in all day. The BLI, hourly bar by bar, keeps you in all day. Okay, now, a couple plays that I didn't play, but I just want to show you them because, it's the kind of thing that when you catch, you don't want to let it go too easily. Okay, ALGS. ALGS. Had a little bit of a conflict here on the ALGS, whether or not to try it as a scalp or as just a standard play. Okay, it was a 1-minute base breakdown here on the ALGS. Okay, you see it already did a sell setup and then basing. Okay, here's the daily. Right, gapping down, all-time lows as well on the ALGS. Okay, so there it is. Base breakdown is about a 25-cent stop and goes about $1.50. So it's 6 R's on the ALGS. If you manage it hourly bar by bar, you're in it till the end of the day. Okay. DOGZ, I decided to let this one go. It was a little bit spready. Okay. And then I looked at this 5-minute sell setup. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that good. I thought it went a little bit kind of climactic looking in the beginning, but really it's only 2 bars. This bar is really still inside the base. So it really didn't go climactic because our focus on climactics is the 5-minute. Okay, so it did this 5-minute breakout failure, base, and then broke down. I haven't worked out numbers on this. I'm almost scared to work out numbers on this because I'm going to cry. But look at that. That's where I'm saying we could have gotten in. I was on the mic. I said, here's the DOGZ. I'm going to let it go, but there is a pattern here. And it's okay to play, to try. I myself did not do it. Hourly bar by bar, of course, for this. Keeps you in, of course, till the end of the day. So, I'm exaggerating, of course. I don't really feel that bad about it. It wasn't a gap, and it was spready, so it's not like the easiest thing. It's not something that is, I have to do and can't ever not do, otherwise complete violation of my plan, but it's hard to look at how well it worked and not feel like, a missed opportunity. Okay, but it wasn't a gap. I'm always going to favor anything that's actually gapping. So, you look at the things that I did play, like the ATVX gap, rallied back up to the declining 20 and then gap down. Really nice follow through there. Those continue to work. We've been highlighting those for months now. Really nice gap there on the ST&E. Stay in it all day. Right, and really nice follow through. There's the ATVX, right? Same idea. Okay, we had the similar one. I think on the SE. Yep, SE. Right to the declining 20, and then gap below the base. Actually, gap to it and then broke through, which is fine. Once it breaks through, it's all good. And then BLI. You can see how similar the BLI is, gapping to all-time lows. Breaking down weak on every time frame, and then the ALGS. Look at the similarities there, right? So that's why I'm looking to short those. Okay, so those were the plays from today. I thought today, some pretty decent opportunities. There have been some every day at least this week. And so, I'm kind of fine with this kind of environment. You kind of get to do sometimes one trade at a time, and there's at least a little bit to do. I think it's a little bit better than it was the week between Christmas and New Year's, but it's going to change a lot in a couple weeks as earnings season picks up. Okay. So hopefully, yeah, you find that helpful. Hopefully, if you're in the room, you got a chance to take advantage of these, especially the ones that I end up. This one I let it go. Yeah, and this one I was trying to figure out if it was worth play. It really wasn't. It was a chart trade, and that's the way it should have been played because it did have spread. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't mention much else today. I think maybe the PSTV, the long idea, which didn't work, was the only other thing I mentioned. You know, I gave you the AVTX. I managed the BLI for us, and then the only other thing, yeah, besides the plays that you see on here, was that PSTV. I thought the up list from this morning was garbage, the gap ups list, so I didn't really. That's why all the things that I ended up playing were shorts. And then even the additional stuff that I found that was good, like the ALGS was additional, the DOGZ was additional. Those were short ideas. This was I decided to pass on this. I don't like when you have such a bearish bar to play against like that so recently. They usually don't work. So that was the reason I didn't play it. But yeah, I think it's justified if you did try. It's just a base breakout on something showing relative strength this morning. And a gap up. Okay. All right. That's going to do it for today's market wrap. Hope you did well. Hope you're having a nice week. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.